Hi there, I'm Chenae and I'm an intuitive business mentor. But more importantly, and for the purposes of this video, I am a graduate of the third level with the Institute for Intuitive Intelligence. So the purposes of this video is basically to sing my praises of the journey in the third level because it has, and I know it sounds a little cliche, totally changed my life. So back before I started the Initiate program, which is the prerequisite for the third level, which I'm now a certified teacher of, I can now teach the Initiate program, which is very exciting to kind of come full circle. Back when I started that particular program, I'd never meditated. I certainly didn't identify as spiritual in any way, shape, or form, but now I identify as an intuition expert. So it's changed my life a little bit, just a touch. And I know that some people come into this journey wanting to take a personal or a professional route. And I want to speak to the professional route because I don't know that that was what I signed up for the third level for, but it's certainly what has happened since I graduated and as I've gone out into the world with that skill set. So back before the third level journey, I ran a business. I ran my own business, and I came out the other end, and I laugh because it's when I look back to it now, I can laugh, but back then I'm like, it was an interesting journey. When I came out of the third level, I realized that the business that I was running, whilst I thought it was great and wonderful, actually wasn't fulfilling me. It was ticking a lot of boxes on that really practical level, but I was really missing the depth, and the experience that I had just wasn't quite cutting it anymore. So I ended up changing my entire business model. And what I do now is when I sit down with my clients, for example, in my mastermind, for those women who run businesses who are in my mastermind, they get a hot seat with me as part of the mastermind, 1-to-1 every month. And if it weren't for the journey of the third level and the experience that I had, what I learned, the significant amount of growth, the spiritual self-esteem, the trust in myself and my own intuition, which, as we know, is not a special gift bestowed upon a select few. If it weren't for that journey, there's no way that when I sit down with a client and I am non-locally aware of what is going on for that person and working out where we need to go in that session, there's no way I would have trusted myself back then. There's no way I would have had the confidence and the courage to go, okay, here's where we're going with this session based on my non-local intuition. There's absolutely no way that would be the case. As time has gone on, more and more often when I sit down with a client, my intuition is leading. If there is something going on that I am detecting non-locally that we need to talk about, we'll address that. We'll bring that up with it. I'll bring that up with the client, and then we'll go down that path. That is not how I used to run my business. I was very much working in the 3D practical level. And that is why, and it makes sense now, but that is why it wasn't fulfilling me. When I came out of the third level, it was missing that. And so not only have I taken what it is that I love to do and serving women in the world, but I've also added intuition into it, and I've melded that. Because I know that there's a lot of people who talk about you can apply the third level to anything, but I wanted to give you a real world example of that. There's so many women who have come through the program who have done all sorts of different things with the application of the training and what it is that they've learned. But I wanted to give you my example of that and share my story with you here today. So I'm always open to answer any questions. If you ever want to ask me about the third level, if you have any specific questions about it, please do reach out. I'm always happy to answer those questions. My virtual door is always open, and I wholeheartedly can say that without a shadow of a doubt that if I did not go through that journey, I wouldn't be living the life I am living today. I wouldn't be doing what I do in my business today if it weren't for the Institute and for the third level. And for that, I am deeply, deeply grateful. So thank you, Ricky Jane. Thank you to the Institute. And thank you for watching. As I said, if you've got any questions at all for me, please do reach out. I'm always happy to help. Bye for now.